If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Morning Swim Show for Friday, October 12th, 2012. I'm your host, Tiffany Elias. Our guest in the Finis Monitor has one of the most decorated coaching resumes. His accolades include the USA National Team Director, coached to numerous Olympians and world record holders, and right up there on the list, he was my own high school club coach. After spending the last 4 years working for British Swimming, Denny Pursley has headed back over the pond and can now add the head coach of the University of Alabama swim team to the long list. Denny, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Tiffany. It's great to be with you.
Yeah, congratulations first off on your new head coaching position over there in Alabama. How have the first couple months taken off?
Well, fast and furious. We're having fun. We've got a great staff here. We're having fun working together. The team has really embraced the new regime, so it's everything I had hoped it would be.
Well, new regime is definitely probably an understatement, knowing where you're coming from. But let's talk about that first. You were over in Great Britain for 4 years. Now, what were your overall thoughts on their performance in London and the overall swimming while you were over there working for British Swimming?
Well, it's a great program, a great system. They've got exceptional coaches. Swimmers are very focused and professional and a pleasure to work with. And I think British swimming is going to be a contender internationally in the years to come with the system and the program they have set up. We were real pleased with the number of swimmers we got to the finals, which was more than Britain has ever gotten before in an Olympic finals, and I think maybe third behind the U.S. and Australia. But to be honest, we were disappointed that we didn't get more to the podium. But they fought hard and I think swam well, and we're right there, and I think there will be good things in store for them in the future.
Overall, do you think the expectations of swimming were fulfilled? I know each event's a little bit different, but overall, as far as records and speed, were you satisfied with that?
Well, I was pleased with the attitude and the approach and the way they were racing, but I was hoping to see us take another step, as were they, as far as the performances are concerned. And it just didn't happen, and there's probably 101 reasons that you could look at, as you always do in the debriefing process, to try to determine why that step wasn't taken at that time. But as I said, they were right there. It's not that the system's broken. They've got the swimmers in position to be competitive and to get to the podium, and I'm sure that they'll have that figured out, and we'll see them there in the future.
All right, so you're back on American soil, making a pretty large change there to take the head coach position of Alabama. What was your motivation behind accepting that position?
Well, to be honest, Tiffany, it is my alma mater, so there is an attraction there. I finished my swimming career here and started my coaching career 40 years ago here at the University of Alabama. I was on Coach Don Gambrill's first staff as a graduate assistant. That's where I got my start. And, of course, I've had a little bit of crimson in my blood ever since then. But it really wasn't on the radar screen, and it was only in the last spring when the position opened up and I was contacted, and at first really wasn't looking in this direction, but I did manage to get out for a visit for a couple of days, and when I came here I was sold. It's just the culture here at the university and in the athletic department, the optimism, the enthusiasm, it was contagious. And the athletic department is on the move. Sports are succeeding at the highest level in the NCAA, more than just football, and it kind of permeates the whole environment. And you get caught up in it. It's hard not to. It's a fun place to be right now.
So is it pretty similar to when you were back on the pool deck there 40 years ago? Have things stayed pretty relatively the same there in Alabama?
Well, some things have. A lot of things have changed. This 50-meter pool that we have, we did not have when I was here. It's attached to the one that I did swim in, the 25-yard pool, and we've still got that. But the campus itself, of course, everything that was here when I was is still here, but it's expanded well beyond that. And just the strides that the university has taken academically and in the rankings and the standings has been very impressive. So it's a university that has made great strides in every area in recent years.
Now, what's also special about your coaching situation is you have some of your kids there working with you. Lisa and Dave are also on the coaching staff. So how have their roles played in, and how's that been with them on your coaching staff working for you?
Well, it's been great because we've got the guys, the old guys have been around the block a few times, like myself and Jonty Skinner. We've got coaches that have had a lot of experience, but maybe not quite far down the road as Johnny and I are, and Mike Davidson and James Barber. We've even got a coach from Australia that's over here with us for this year, and he's enjoying it so much. Scott Crawford is his name, that he's trying to find ways to be able to stay longer. But then we've got David and Lisa who bring some enthusiasm and fresh ideas and youth in the mix, and I think we've got a great mix that we all kind of complement one another well, and we get all the bases covered, and it's just a fun group to work with.
Yeah, definitely sounds like that. So now, I personally, knowing where your coaching philosophies used to be, and you were also the coach of Mary T. Meagher, and many people have heard rumors of her training, which you are responsible for a lot of that. And looking back on the sets we used to do that I know carried over from those years, 10,000 freestyle sets, 6,000 stroke sets. Have you maintained those philosophies, and has that carried over into the college level? Because we've seen a lot of decline from the club emphasis on quantity over to quality in college. So how would you say your philosophies have changed or have stayed the same here at Alabama?
Well, Tiffany, we talked about this with the team, and in my opinion, there's no question that the sport has evolved in recent years and recent decades, for that matter, and we're doing some things more effectively and better in training the athletes than we were doing when I first started coaching. But I also believe that we've kind of thrown the baby out with the bathwater in some cases too, and maybe left behind some training methods and philosophy that we may have, in some respects, have done a better job in years past. And what we're trying to do is to bring the best of both worlds to the University of Alabama program. And of course, like all other programs, we have different training programs for sprinters as compared to distance swimmers, and IMers and breaststrokers do event-specific training, as do the middle distance swimmers and the other strokes, and so it's different for each group. But as far as the basic philosophy is concerned, we try to incorporate the best of the old with the new. And if you look at the swimmers making it to the podium at the highest levels of our sport, at the Olympic level, for the most part, those are swimmers that are coming from programs with that philosophy.
Well, that was really my follow-up question, was what you want to do with Alabama this year and your goals for the team. You really covered that there, but if you could have your swimmers walk away from practice with one thing in their head, what would that be? What do you really want to enforce on these swimmers that can kind of curve their way of thinking?
Well, we're starting, I think, even more important than the workout that's on the paper each day is just the culture that we're trying to build in the program. And we've got it written in big block letters across the pool wall. And we're trying to develop a culture of excellence that will enable every swimmer on the team to fully maximize or develop his or her individual potential and fully develop the potential of the team. And we believe that that's based on the three pillars that's based on are attitude, character, and commitment. And it's just splashed all over the walls, and that's what our focus is now, to build that culture. And we feel like that the results will come from that over time. And the team, as I said, has really bought in. Couldn't be more pleased with the buy-in that we've had from the team, and it really is a positive, fun environment to work in right now.
Well, Denny, I know from personal experience, swimming under you for 4 years really changed my outlook, and in a lot of ways, I looked at life in general, not just swimming. So those swimmers are very fortunate to have you out there as their head coach, and we definitely look forward to seeing how you do this season, and hopefully see you and a large team out there at NCAA's.
Well, thanks, Tiffany. We've got. It's going to be a long process to get to where we want to be. We'll take one step at a time, but we're having fun getting there.
Great. Thank you, Denny.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
That is Denny Pursley in the Phoenice Monitor. That will conclude today's morning swim show. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter to keep up with all the latest news. I'm your host, Tiffany Elias. Thanks for watching.